Who's following this story. And of course, this sitting comes at a time when Kenyans are decrying a high cost of living following the rise in fuel prices. How was this addressed, and what was the reason for the CS's no-show?
Sharon, it was quite an interesting morning, I should say, because the MPs were really ready to tackle the situations that are affecting connectivity as well as electricity prices in the country. Now, they did summon the CS to come and talk about installation of power in the rural counties, as well as talk about energy prices, which have been rocking the country all throughout in the last 3 years. They have actually been increasing. When it comes to power issues in the country, Sharon, we have to talk about Kenya Power because it is the main distributor and the only distributor in the country. And Kenya Power has been arguing the fact that it has been increasing power is because it buys a lot, it pays a lot of money to independent power producers such as KenGen. And that, of course, trickles down to the consumers who in turn have to pay higher charges because of the accrued money that Kenya Power has spent in buying power. So there have been calls by Kenya Power to actually have their contracts reviewed with independent power producers such as KenGen so that they can allow in turn to enable them give efficiency to the consumers and also not charge them higher prices. At the same time, we have been experiencing high power cuts in the country and are being linked, of course, to certain factors such as connectivity issues as well as infrastructure challenges. The CES was also set to address such matters, and the MPs that were the members of the Energy Committee were not pleased at all because the representatives that they sent earlier could not answer such pertinent issues, and they could not talk about it because they lay in the mandate of the CS, the PS, or the CES, who are set to give the answers. Sharon?
Right, and of course, very pertinent issues that they were meant to address rather. And was there a way forward regarding when else, a reschedule, or how this will be addressed?
Sharon, because we saw the bite that you played earlier in relation to the Petroleum Ministry as well, who has said to also have conversations with the committee next week, Tuesday. This is because fuel does play a key part when it comes to reviewing electricity prices. And every month they review the prices on the 14th of the 14th day of the month. Now, this, of course, reflects at the same time on the electricity prices because it is a key component when it comes to putting the charges all together. The committee, of course, will in itself tell the CS for Petroleum to present himself on Tuesday, and then on Thursday they should have the Energy CS Charles Kiter, who is to appear. They are arguing that if he doesn't show up this time, they are either going to launch an impeachment motion in relation to him or seek other alternatives because they're saying Kenyans are complaining about the high electricity prices, and it's affecting also not only the charges that they're getting, but also auxiliary services like the cost of transportation, the cost of the commodities once they come to the Mwananchi. So the trickle-down effect is being felt really by the Mwananchi. So they're arguing that the CS should come up front and address these issues because it's a developing story that would in most cases grow into something that is not very pleasant when it comes to the country's policies. Sharon?
Right. Thank you. Thank you for the updates, Brenda Kerubo there. Now, moving on, veteran journalist and Royal Media Services radio managing editor